This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana. Here with Vitor Belfort, one of the legends of the sport. Thanks for being with us today, man.
It's always a pleasure.
You know, this is becoming one of the biggest sports in the world.
The reason is not only Dana White was a guy who saw that, he pursued his dream. You know, when I look to Dana and see the drive and the discipline that he has, and he only see one objective. He proclaimed this since the beginning, and nobody wants to deal with it. They need to pay to be on pay-per-view. They spending, Lorenzo and Frank was spending money, and they also got the vision. You know, they also backed up the vision. You know, many people back then was talking, they have a lot of money. Oh, I like it, I'm a fan, but they're just not a fan. These guys are businessmen. They know how to do business. They know how to proceed. They know how to make things better, and they have a great staff. So I believe, you know, Dana, Lorenzo, they have anointing business and making things happen, and they really do have a dream, and they making this live for each one of us. You know, when I see young guys in the gym, I always let them know, say, listen, your obligation is to be much better than me. And I want that. I want to pursue that dream. I'm the type of guy, I'm one of the pioneers, and I'm still there.
Yeah.
And I'm still using all that, you know, implement and trying to push. So I make sure my brain gets younger. So I transform my mind, my knowledge, so the key for me is to follow to this generation. It's become just like them.
You've taken some big gambles, and they've paid off. You know, you moved to America. You didn't know anyone. You didn't speak English, and it worked out for you. You became a mixed martial artist before being a mixed martial artist was cool. That obviously paid off. You've got a beautiful family. But when you look back, is there anything that you would change about your career?
You know, every time I look back, if I would be able to come back, like Back to the Future,
yeah,
I would change a lot of things.
Yeah?
Yeah. Regrets, when you see the word regrets, it's like, it's a time to change. It's when you regrets of something, it makes you better. You know, you're only going to become better when you have regrets in life. Like, every man has to have regrets for only one reason. A proud man is always going to fall. A proud man never learns, never evolve, and never brings something for the next generation.
What's one of the times when you look back that you go, that was a tough time, I really had to work through that?
So many, and the toughest moments of my career when I was fighting against myself. I was afraid to lose. I was afraid to lose that status. You know, like I was young, and I was just in that thing, that world that I just faced it. I wasn't prepared for that. And I never had like a leader to kind of guide me to it, you know. So it was hard. It wasn't easy. You know, I was not just a pioneer in the sport, but I was the type of guy that I was, with 14 years old, I knew what I want. I met Lapenda, Federico Lapenda. He used to work in producer of Brazilian guy, producer of movie. He was involved in some of the fighting. He managed Marco Ruas in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he said, man, you know, come here, I manage you, and I open a gym for you in Carlson. And I say, Carlson, we gotta go to America. You know, I know you speak English, you don't either, but we're gonna learn. Let's go. And he said, let's go. Where are we going? And I said, I will make your name famous. You know, because what he did in the past. Carlson was the greatest of all time. You know, he was really the beginning. He was the guy who not just saved the name of the Gracie family, but he was the guy who brought the sport to the next level in Brazil. Everything was created back then, but Carlson was so open-minded that he was like old man, and he said, man, I believe you. You're gonna be the guy that I believe in, but let's go. It's time to go. And he came. One of the things that really make me believe in the sport and what I can do is always remind what Carlson used to tell me, and the type of things that I say, Victor, you're gonna revolutionize the sport. You're gonna bring, and it's just bring me happiness and joy when I'm doing something that someone really inspire my life with words and with knowledge. And now I understand what knowledge is. When you know something that was going to come. Knowledge is you knowing the future before it happened.
Thanks for your time, man.
You're welcome.